This is IGN. Why are GameCube fans excited for Switch 2? We'll find out in moments. Welcome to your IGN Daily Update. But first, Mortal Kombat 2 has finally offered a first look at a number of new characters set to appear in the movie sequel. Entertainment Weekly posted images of Karl Urban's Johnny Cage, Martin Ford's Shao Kahn, and Adeline Rudolph's Kitana, alongside returning Hiroyuki Sanada as Scorpion. Mortal Kombat fans had wondered how Karl Urban, who plays Billy Butcher in The Boys, would look as Mortal Kombat's fan-favorite egocentric Hollywood star in live-action form, after his image appeared in an in-universe poster for a Cage movie. In the image, we see a fresh-faced Urban with Cage's trademark hair and sunglasses in a typical martial arts pose. In the background, we see Ludi Lin as Liu Kang, Makad Brooks as Jax, and Jessica McNamee as Sonya Blade. Meanwhile, Damon Harriman plays Quan Chi in Mortal Kombat 2, and Josh Lawson and Max Huang make a surprise return as Kano and Kung Lao, two characters who bit the dust in the first movie. And finally, Tati Gabrielle plays Jade, and Anna Tu Nguyen plays Queen Sindel. Mortal Kombat 2 hits theaters on October 24th, 2025. And Sony is working on a new Starship Troopers movie reboot, according to various Hollywood sources. The Hollywood Reporter said District 9, Elysium, and Chappie director Neil Blomkamp has signed on to write and direct a new adaptation of Starship Troopers, the 1959 military sci-fi novel by Robert A. Heinlein. Deadline and Variety backed up the report. This new Starship Troopers movie is not a continuation of or related to Paul Verhoeven's cult classic 1997 sci-fi satire Starship Troopers. Rather, it's a new adaptation of Heinlein's novel and comes from Sony's Columbia Pictures. News of Blomkamp's involvement with this new Starship Troopers movie feels puzzling, given Sony itself recently announced a live-action movie of blockbuster PlayStation Studios shooter Helldivers. Arrowhead's Helldivers is heavily inspired by Verhoeven's Starship Troopers and sees cannon fodder soldiers tasked with defending a satirized fascist super-Earth regime from alien bugs, among other enemy factions, while preaching liberty and managed democracy to the masses. Neither this new Starship Troopers nor the Helldivers movie has a release window, so it may be some time before we see or hear from either project. New Nintendo filings have got fans excited by the prospect of a new GameCube controller, potentially to be used to play GameCube classics via the Nintendo Switch Online subscription service on Switch 2. As reported by Nintendo Life, a new FCC filing by Nintendo for a game controller matches up with the Switch 2, and the suggestion is it's a wireless Bluetooth controller. The internet, namely Famiboards, subsequently investigated and believes one of the images in the filing shows a label location that matches the back of a GameCube controller where the label is positioned behind the C-stick. While this could end up being a Switch 2 Pro controller, the current speculation points to its use with Nintendo's Switch Online subscription service, which already uses wireless classic controllers for retro games. Thoughts now turn to a GameCube library of games on Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo fans have long called for GameCube classics on Switch, but Nintendo has so far stuck to re-releasing NES, SNES, N64, Sega Genesis, and Game Boy games on its subscription service. Could GameCube finally return in a big way via Nintendo Switch 2? The Switch 2 was revealed earlier in January with a brief trailer that confirmed backwards compatibility features and the addition of a second USB-C port. Most details, such as its other games and what the mysterious new Joy-Con button does, were left out, though the Joy-Con mouse theory did gain traction. Last month, a Nintendo patent suggested Switch 2's Joy-Con controllers could be attached upside down. It seems the Switch 2 operates with gyro mechanics in a similar way to how phones work without screen lock. Unlike the original Nintendo Switch, which had rails for the Joy-Cons to attach and lock into place, the new controllers feature magnets that presumably allow them to be attached on either side. While this won't make much of a difference on the hardware front, it will allow players to essentially choose where they'd like certain buttons, the headphone port, and so on. If it makes it into the final product, the flipping ability may spark interesting gameplay mechanics too. Analysts suggest the Switch 2 will cost $400, although some predict Nintendo could go up to $500. June has been mentioned as a potential release month. There's still a great deal we don't know about the Switch 2, but Nintendo plans a direct for April 2nd, during which it will reveal more on the console. While we wait to find out, Metroid Prime Remastered offers a wonderful dose of GameCube goodness on Nintendo Switch. That's your IGN Daily Update. My name is Tony Jackson, and if you want more news on your favorite games and entertainment topics, make sure to visit us at IGN.com. You can also download our free app on your phone or console, and subscribe to our weekly podcasts through the podcast service of your choice.
Spoken Layer.